and welcome to this episode of That Child-Free Guy. And this episode is crazy because I have heard about this. Thankfully, I have not experienced this because um, we go by seniority at my job. But I have also heard of like child-free women when they are looking for a house that they suspect that the reason that they didn't get the house was because they were child-free, and that really bothers me. So this woman, this is from Brightside. She says, "I passed 5 rounds of tests for a job, and then HR rejected me because I'm child-free." Here is the letter. Dear Brightside, so here's what happened to me. I went through one interview and 4 crazy tests for this job. Real work, full presentations, case studies, strategy plans. I was basically working for them for free. They kept telling me, "You're our top candidate." So I pushed through it. On my final visit, there were only 2 of us left. I met the other candidate in the lobby. Guy, calm, and confident. Nice guy, dad of 2. He even told me that he had way less experience in the field after some small talk. I honestly thought I had this in the bag. Final HR call. Out of nowhere, they ask, "Do you have children or are you planning to?" I said, "No, I'm child free." Call ended fast. A week later, I got the email. We decided to move forward with another profile. 3 months later, guess who called? HR. The guy didn't last. They wanted to reopen the process. I just said, "No thanks, I've moved on." I had already gotten a better job by then, better pay, fewer tests. Now, familial status is not something that a hiring manager can talk about because, or at least can condition can make a condition of your job. Marital status is another thing. Those are illegal questions, and they decided to. What does that have to do with the job? So here is another part of the story here, or at least the hidden bias, anticipatory discrimination. Experts call it that. When someone is judged not for their skills, but what employers assume they will do in the future. In this case, she might have kids, so she might leave, so let's choose someone else. Even if the candidate says they're child free, the bias is already active. Number 2, perceived stability versus reality. Some hiring managers wrongly believe parents are more stable or responsible. Ironically, this leads to discrimination, assuming that child free individuals are less reliable or lacking commitment. Psychologists note that this comes from traditional stereotypes, not performance data. Number 3, emotional consequences. Being asked about children during a high stakes career moment activates what psychologists call identity threat, a sudden fear that personal choices, not ability, are being judged. This can trigger self-doubt, rage, or helplessness. Long okay. Long-term mistrust toward employers. Number 4, legal and ethical violations. Employment experts confirm that questions about pregnancy, children, or family plans are considered inappropriate and in many countries illegal during hiring. They signal bias, even if phrased casually. Number 5, why it hurts so deeply. When someone invests time, effort, and hope and is rejected for a personal life choice, it is not just a career loss. It feels like being told your future disqualifies you. For many candidates, this is far more painful than a simple no. Remember, you're not proving you're qualified, you're learning if they are too. So, yeah, this one was relatively short, but the reason that I am child-free people are looked at as more, or what is it like, as irresponsible, even though just because our responsibilities don't include kids doesn't mean that we're irresponsible. But I mean, a lot of times it's projection, because maybe they don't feel like they're responsible, so they have to feel better than someone else, and they point to a clear difference in life, um, in order to justify that. Uh, but yeah, that's. I mean, she doesn't have it in writing, so she can't sue. But honestly, I'm glad that the guy didn't work out because in that case, you know, I would blacklist anybody. I would blacklist that employer to anybody. I would just be like, nope, there was a there was an irrelevant there was something irrelevant that they made relevant. So I don't trust their judgment as far as hiring competent people.